Hi, I'm James Spiker from IBM. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about using the IBM InfoSphere Data Replication technology to help populate your analytics zone. And here's some sort of standard queries analytics that are often done, combining system of record data with unstructured data, with social data, some sensor data. And if you look at these, they're all analytics, all questions that are actually going to provide you better value answers when they're based on more current data. And here's just a few examples. If you're doing real-time fraud analysis, if you can catch the fraudsters 5 minutes after they've done the act, or even 30 minutes after the fraud has occurred rather than the next day, you're much more likely to be able to catch them, so you don't not only know the fraud occurred, but you in fact can stop it from occurring again. Or even if you're just trying to figure out what is a good offer to provide to a client based on something that may have changed in their circumstances, if you are able to provide that offer essentially immediately after that change occurred, that's likely going to be something that is more interesting to that client and maybe even much more useful to them, so that you notice a problem, you provide a potential solution for that problem right away. Everyone's happier. And that's true for all these other examples here. So I think it is pretty clear that as you do these analytics, analytics become more and more important to how your business operates, that they can be done on current data provides better value and becomes a more important thing. And I guess, as I mentioned before, these are all analytics that will be done in what I think of as your analytics zone, the place that you're combining structured and unstructured sensor data. You're able to leverage all the power of Hadoop, Spark, columnar data stores like Blue, and all that sort of stuff. And so IBM InfoSphere Data Replication, or IIDR, lets you get real-time data from your systems of record into this analytics zone. And it uses log-based change capture, so it gets that data with a minimal impact on your system of record. So here's an example here. We've got an analytics zone. We've got some systems of record data. You could just query the system of record data directly from your analytics zone, but that tends to have real sort of operational costs. It tends not to be something that is going to work out in the long time given the impact on your system of record. So for most tables, you'll probably want a real-time direct copy in your analytics zone, and that's something that data replication can do. It's very straightforward. For other tables, what you may want in your analytics zone is not just the current state, but you actually want some sort of audit trail of what changes occurred in that table, essentially a sensor log on those tables from the source database. And again, that's something that data replication can do directly on its own. For other tables that maybe are essentially an audit trail themselves even in the source database, like a sales table, which really just is an audit trail of sales activities that have occurred in your organization, for those, your analytics may depend upon that data already being transformed into a conventional warehousing scheme, maybe facts and dimensions tables. And so if you use InfoSphere Data Replication along with IBM's DataStage product, you can maintain that warehousing schema in real time, where data replication is noticing the changes that occurred and working with DataStage to update the facts and dimensions tables or any other warehousing structure together in real time. And this data that you're putting into the analytics zone can go into any sorts of containers you have. So for example, the straight copy of the table, it may be that the pure data for analytics appliance is a good choice for that. The history tables, essentially the audit log or sensor log of those tables in the source database, Hadoop's probably a good place. Hadoop is certainly the engine where we know we can do lots of good analysis of essentially log data. And for your warehousing stuff, facts, dimensions, a columnar store like DB2 Blue is probably a good choice. But this is all your choices to make. The data replication technology lets you populate your analytics zone, whatever components, whatever technology you're using there. And that's true for the system of record sources as well, that we're able to capture changes from all the major relational databases as well as IMS and VSAM. And here's the list of all the things we support. So you can see that even sort of on the target side, we support targeting Teradata. So if you're using Teradata appliances in your analytics zone, you can still be using IBM InfoSphere Data Replication to keep low latency current copies of that data available in your analytics zone. So that's really all I wanted to talk to you about. This is a presentation that I'll be going through at the Analytics Demo Room at Insight in 2015. So if you're at Insight, feel free to drop by and say hi. If you're just watching this on YouTube, you can look at my other videos. At my channel is James Talks About Data Replication, and I'll have other videos there that show you lots of demonstrations of the data replication technology and configuring the various ways, and talking more about our different sources and targets. So thanks for listening.